I'm too much exhausted today. I don't know what happened, but I think it's better to start from the beginning. I almost missed the flight. I realized that maybe this is not the plane. So when I saw my flight number, there is a big red already, boarding, boarding, boarding. I don't know, I panic. My brain is not working. I just running and running, running. I cannot find any monitor. Last call for flight number, I don't know where is the gate. So let's start from the very beginning. I was staying in Newport City and my destination that day was Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I was flying with AirAsia from NAIA Terminal 1. When I was about to go to the airport, I realized that I didn't yet pay the travel tax. I didn't yet fill up the departure registration form. Because, when you are leaving the Philippines, you have to fill up this registration form. Also, I forgot to fill up registration form for Malaysia Arrival Card. Unfortunately, after filling it up, I had the difficulty solving this puzzle. You move these two objects to match. If you touch the screen, the object doesn't move. Finally, I found a Filipina. And then I told her my problem. When I gave her my cell phone, it was just like that. She was able to match it. I don't know what is happening. Looking back at the footage, I eventually realized something. I was actually trying to move it in the wrong direction. Sometimes, the problem isn't the technology. Sometimes, it's the person using it. I ride a Move-It, so they are not allowed on the departure area. I actually was dropped on the arrival area. So from arrival area, I have to find where is the way for the departure. When I was able to go to the departure, this boarding pass that I got from online, it says I still need to go to the counters. And then when I went to the counter, while I was asking the stewardess of AirAsia, I don't know what happened. When I was about to go to the line, I was holding my passport and also my cell phone. I didn't notice that I dropped my passport. Fortunately, the stewardess saw it and then she ran to me and gave it to me. Just imagine if I left it somewhere, everything will be ruined. Next, I headed to Philippine Immigration. Just want to update you about what happened in the immigration. I was asked by the immigration officer, first is if I have a companion. I said I'm alone. And then she asked, what will I do in Malaysia? So I said just tourism. And then she asked me about my company. So I told her about the name of the company. That's it. When you are in front of the immigration officer, just answer what's the question and answer honestly. After immigration, I went through security screening. All the baggage goes through an X-ray scanner before you enter the departure area. And finally, I was through. I finally had some time to look around NAIA Terminal 1. If you arrive early, there are several places where you can grab coffee or have a proper meal before your flight. There are also ATMs if you need to withdraw cash, duty-free and souvenir shops, and foreign exchange counters if you need to purchase currency for your destination. You'll also find charging stations where you can charge your phone, laptop, or other devices while waiting for your flight. There's also a water station. Just remember to bring your own empty bottle or water container because disposable plastic cups aren't provided. And if you have access to a qualifying credit card or travel benefit, you may also be able to use an airport lounge. So I got the boarding pass. And then what was mentioned in the boarding pass, it should be on gate 2. First, I didn't go yet to gate 2. I just check everything, do some filming, what's inside. After that, I went to gate 2. And then I was comfortably waiting on that gate 2. When I asked the people there in the boarding gate itself, they said they are all going to Kuala Lumpur. So I didn't have a problem because okay, they are going to Kuala Lumpur, but I didn't ask the airline. But I was assuming that it was AirAsia that they were riding. But then stewardess are announcing they said about flight number MPH something. It's now ready for boarding. And it was then 12:15. It was too early because on my boarding pass, what was mentioned is 12:35. But then I was already wondering why the crew, the color of their uniform is blue. Because I'm fully aware that AirAsia is red. So I was wondering why they are blue. So maybe I said, okay, maybe for boarding, it's blue. But then it became a mystery for me later that why most of them are layover and only means going to Malaysia. But then when I realized that maybe this is not the plane, it turned out that it was a Malaysian airline. That's why majority of them are just having layover in Kuala Lumpur. So when I realized that it's not my plane, it was already 12:35. It's boarding time. So I don't know. I panic. I got maybe it's a panic attack. I don't know because my brain is not working. I just running and running without direction because I don't know where is the gate. I was looking for a monitor and I cannot find any monitor because previously there are so many monitor, but at that time I don't know, I cannot find one. Okay, since I cannot do anything at all, I even asked the crew of the Philippine Airlines. I asked them, where is the AirAsia? And they all said, sorry sir, we don't know. We are Philippine Airlines. Of course. Okay, but then one of them said that, sir, you just check the gate on the monitor right there in the middle. So when she said that, I went to the middle and saw the monitor. So when I saw my flight number, there is a big red already, boarding. So I saw it's the gate number 4. It's so far. Although it's gate number 2, gate number 4 is very far from gate number 2. So I was running and running. I even was about to bump other people just because I'm in a hurry. And then I saw one AirAsia stewardess having this placard, my flight number, last call for flight number AK385. And then when I approached her, gate 4? Yeah, gate 4, there. So I proceeded in the gate 4. So when I went there, it was already boarding, and I think they are only waiting for me. When I gave the boarding pass, I just told the stewardess, I thought it was gate 2. And then they said, sorry sir, we changed at the last minute. Okay. So more lesson, always check your gate. After all that, I finally boarded the plane. At this point, I could finally relax. And once we were above the clouds, everything suddenly felt peaceful again. But I noticed something interesting below. There was this large blue square in the middle of the ocean. I honestly don't know what it was. If you know, let me know in the comments.
We'd like to say thank you for choosing us to your destination and have a pleasant stay in Kuala Lumpur.
Bye-bye.
We just landed here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Let's see what will happen in the immigration. So now approaching immigration. I was able to pass the immigration. The immigration officer just asked me how many days I will stay and if I have a companion or no. So I just said I'm alone and then I will stay here for 2 days. So yeah, that's it. Let's start the exploration for Malaysia. The first thing I needed after immigration was some Malaysian ringgit. So I headed to an ATM and withdrew some cash. Next, I needed mobile data. I found a Cellcom Digi store at the airport and bought a local SIM card. From the airport, my next destination was KL Sentral, and one of the easiest ways to get there is the KLIA Ekspres. I initially went to the ticket counter, but then I decided to use the ticket machine.
Select the station, single trip, credit card.
I first inserted my credit card, but the machine asked for a PIN, so I tried again. This time, I simply tapped my credit card, and it worked. The ticket cost RM55. The machine printed a paper ticket with a QR code. I used that QR code to enter the KLIA Ekspres area.
Yeah. Okay. Then, we will now find the train that will take us to KL Sentral. So, here's the train coming.
After the hectic morning I had experienced, this was probably the most relaxing part of the journey.
You're so mean, yeah, you're so mean, but you're still the cutest I've ever seen. Got that trauma, got that edge, but I'd still pick you in the end.
Eventually, I arrived at KL Sentral. I scanned the QR code again to exit the station. From here, I was going to walk to my hotel. Upon arriving to KL Sentral, I was searching through Google how to go upper suites from KL Sentral. It was mentioned there that you can actually walk. Walking will be easier since you will not encounter traffic. But then, when I go to that direction that Google is telling, but I cannot find the hotel. I reached all those places that were mentioned on the address, like Jalambutan and then Brickfield. I reached those places, and I noticed that in that area, I think it's a little India because most of the people are Indians, on that area. So I was asking the people there, where is it? They're all saying, we don't know. So I look around. I wasted so much hours, just walking, and I cannot find it. In the end, I finally gave up. So I decided to book a Grab because I heard also that in Malaysia, Grab is also working, not only in Manila. So when I booked a Grab, everything was smooth, I just waited for the Grab, and then the Grab car stopped in front of me. And then I just ride in an air-conditioned car, relax. I didn't notice the road because I was actually preparing for the money. And it was actually 12 Malaysian ringgit only. I was trying to save money by just walking. Maybe I can reach the hotel by just walking. But it turned out that I lose more because I lose my time because I spent several hours. I lose my energy just to save 12 Malaysian ringgit. And then that's it. He stopped, and then he said, "This is it, sir." It was so easy. It was just like that. If I have just booked the Grab from the KL Central station itself. The moral lesson there is that if you can just book a Grab, just book a Grab. That's it. And finally, after everything that happened that day, I made it to my hotel. If you enjoyed this journey and found some of these airport and travel tips helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more travel experiences and guides.